for 4 days of React Bootcamp. So we have successfully completed the 3 days. We have completed it, and today it's going to be the last day where we're going to work with the lifecycle components, and also we're going to work with the how to control states in the class-based components. Okay, so we're going to work with these two things. Okay, and we're going to see about how React renders and re-renders. So that is the main concept. Yesterday I just give a glimpse about how where when React renders and when React re-renders we just discussed, right? So that is one of the important thing that we need to discuss. So that's we're going to discuss now. Okay. So let me wait for 2 more minutes to other people to join, and then we will continue the session. Okay. So in the last 3 days, we have completed all the foundational concepts. There are very basic concepts, and this is with the help of this, you can able to create a mini application, or you can able to create an want to create a website, you can able to create it. So today what we're going to see is going to be the lifecycle components and those things. It is mainly focused on how to work with APIs and how to handle APIs, and with the help of the APIs, how we can able to incorporate the what. So the work with them, we're going to see about that. Okay, so with the help of lifecycle components, we can use the lifecycle components to connect to control the asynchronous concept, and where the asynchronous has to be run, like that we can able to see. Okay, so the life cycle method is nothing but uh, it's they are going to be a methods. Okay, so they are basically a functions that will execute in a certain point of time. Okay, so that will execute in a certain system. Yeah, so that is going to execute in a when certain things is happen, it is will be executed. For example, we have around four methods will be the component it mount, component it update, like that we have method system. And those components of why we are used is that basically we use those things will be when something is updated, that function will be executed. Okay, it is wait for that particular things to happen. Once it is done, it's going to update. We will discuss it practically, and we will discuss it. Okay, we will discuss that also. Okay, and also we will go and see about the last day we don't covered about how the state will work in the function based component. We will go and work about that also. Okay, just a minute. Okay, and those people who all are new here, so this is a 4 days of React.js workshop. So it is basically 4 days. It is the last day of React.js workshop for absolute beginners. So people who don't know anything about React.js, and you just want to kickstart, you can use this. And if you want to learn the advanced React.js concept, it is taken by Navid Biswar sir in the upcoming weeks. You can wait for those things. It is also a 4 days, and you will that. And as you know, we will give you certificate if you completed the 4 days workshop continuously. You watch and you filled the 4 days workshop. We will give you a certificate. And every day the attendance form will be shared. The last 3 days the attendance form is shared, and today will be also the attendance form will be shared. Those people who today is the first day and you hasn't watched the previous days, then you can watch the previous video that is already available in the YouTube. Okay, you can just go for the live session, and you can able to see the last three videos, and you can watch it and complete it. And the live chat is also enabled, and you can able to see a form in the live chat. Okay, once you completed the series, at the end of the video you will get the attendance form. Just fill it out. If you fill it out the attendance form, four attendance form, then you will probably receive a certificate. Okay, and today I will give you the WhatsApp group link also. Once you can join the WhatsApp group, and once you completed the certificate, once you completed once you we deliver the certificate, you will get notified. Okay, so that's it. Let's get started. I just going to share the screen. Yeah, okay, so I think my screen is visible for all. So yeah, so we will go for our file. And if you have any doubts regarding the previous class, you can, if you want to ask with me, you can tell it in the chat box. I can able to see your chat box here, and I can able to communicate with you, and I can tell to you. Okay, so you can tell that. Okay, so that's it. Think yeah. So people, is my screen is visible? Okay, just a minute. Okay, okay. So yeah. Let me go for the folder that we worked with. So the folder that we have worked with is, it is inside here. Where here, React Workshop. So this is a folder that we have worked with till now. Let us open it with VS Code, and that's it. We end off here. And to start it, and now I'm going to start the server. Okay, so check whether you are in the My Application app or not. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're just going to start the server. To start the server, we need to type npm start. This is going to create a development environment like this. It is going to serve all our files here, and it will display it in the browser. It will opens up automatically. Let me see that. You can see, yeah, the development server is running. So now our server is ready, and this is the application that we have right now. And now just going to minimize this one. Okay, so now what we going to work with is going to work with how to handle, like for example, yesterday we have worked with this one. Okay, so we have added a list, a function that is having a list entering, and it has a person, and you can able to see a person with ID, name, and age is there, and that is what we have rendered it. Okay, but initially what I'm going to do, initially I just going to remove this data. Okay, okay, this is going to be an empty data. Okay, now what I'm going to do, so if I refresh it, mm, we will remove it. Yeah, right now there is nothing is that you can able to see. Initially we're having this empty set of data, that is what we are having, and we're going to do achieve this thing with the class based component first, because we actually watched everything about class based component. I covered a little bit about function based component, because function based component is easy to understand and you can able to come up with very quickly. Okay, and the upcoming classes function based component is going to be used more. We actually don't like write more code in class based component. Okay, it is not an industry standard right now, so the trend is towards the function based component. So let me do one thing. I just go here and I just going to create class com dot sx. I just add it here and remove all the thing. And in app.js also we will remove all the components, right? So we don't have any components, so here we're going to create our first class based component. So I just going to import react, and I just want a component, this one. Okay, that's it. Now I just going to say class, just going to name it as an list com, list com, and it is extend from the component. Okay, and here I just going to create a constructor. We have discussed to set the state, we need a constructor, and I just going to mention it as a super, and here we're going to mention it as props. And whatever the properties that we want from it, we can able to handle it here. And here I'm going to set a state that is going to be our initial state. Okay, so the initial state is basically an array without anything. Okay, so nothing is there, that is what the initial state. And now I just going to render return. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so what I want to return, so return, sorry, okay, it is going to return, it is going to return a component. So let me return a div of hello world, right? And this is going to be that. And here we will export this component, export default, and let us say list com. Okay, and here let us go and import it. And I just say import this call. Save it. We are getting hello world. That's fine. So now what I'm going to do? So here this is my initial stage. So the initial stage is going to be an empty state. So if it is empty, I need to show loading. Okay. If it is not empty, then I want to show what is the data that is inside my state. I need to show it. So this is my starting of the state. So it is right now empty. So right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use ternary operator to check the condition. Okay. So what I'm going to do, so here we're going to write a JavaScript code. So I'm just going to use the curly braces. I'm just going to say this dot state dot length. Okay. So or you can do another thing. Here, create it as an object, and inside this object, we can mention it as monster or baby, babies, and that is going to be an empty. So I'm just going to say this dot state dot okay, and I'm just going to mention it babies. This is an array, and I'm asking for this dot state and here we will ask okay, we are getting a div, sorry. Okay. So here in the console we will ask this dot state whatever this okay, and let us after then the inspect go here, and we are getting an object. Don't care about this one. We are getting a BAP. Here is that. We ask for clear this dot state dot BAP. BAP. If I ask for it, we are getting an employer. Okay. So now what I'm going to do? So it is going to be inside a do only. So here what I'm going to do? I'm just going to check the condition. This dot state dot BAP. Okay. Is true equal to BAP dot length. We can say triple equal to 0. Okay, if it is equal to 0, then I want to render a component. Okay, that component is going to be a div. Okay, that is having an h1 tag, and that is going to say loading, loading like this. Okay, so now let me save with this one. Else, if it is not, then I want what I want to say. If I say div, and here it is going to say an h1 welcome. Now I save. Right? So we are getting this loading. Okay, why we are getting this loading? Because we checked for a condition if the state of VAP is length is equal to 0. So yes, suppose the depth is at 0, and like the array is going to be 0, so that is why the length is going to be 0, right? And we are getting a div that is going to be loading, right? So that is if it is true that I want that this is the one thing that I want to render, and if it is a false, then I just want to render it. Okay. So now what I want to do, once it is rendered, right now you can see the rendering concept. Just going to say console.log one here, okay, how React renders the things. And here I just going to say console.log 2. And if I save it, you can see we are getting, I just clear off this one, and I just clear this one too. And you can see we are getting this 1 and 2. Why? Because initially the constructor function run, once the state is set, the React is going to render the component. That's what happening. So now what I'm going to do, I just going to add a lifecycle method to this component. So what it will do? Well, the lifecycle method that we're going to add is component did mode. So what the component did mount will do means, once React is rendered, once the code is read and once React is rendered, it itself automatically execute whatever we write inside that particular code. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I am going to say, you can see there are so much of method is there, and each and everything will execute when certain task is completed. For example, component did mount will be executed once the component is renders. Okay, initially renders. That's what it is. And component did update method when the rendering, when the component gets updated, it's just going to render it. And when something that is deleted, then after you want to run something, then it is going to be unmarked. Likewise, each and everything will be executed when certain task is completed. So I'm just going to write component did mount. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, here I just going to set a state for this particular one. Okay, so how can we set the state for this particular one? Here I just going to say uh, this dot set state. Okay, and what I want to set, it is going to be VIPs having an array, of 1 comma 2. Okay, that's what I'm going to set. Okay, simple. This dot set, and I just going to say, you just want to set the VAP is equal to and empty array into this one. That's what I want to say. Now if I save it, now if I render it, I just going to close it down. You can see we are getting welcome. So why we are getting welcome, so that is different. But here you can see what I'm going to make. Here I'm going to execute this function with certain delay. Okay, to see how our component is working. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the set timeout functionality to make it delay. I just say set timeout, and here I just going to run this entire this function. Here it is going to take a function first of all. Okay, and it is going to run that particular thing with, going to make it for 3-second delay, and this function is going to execute this one, set state. Now if I save it, you can see initially we have loading. After 3 seconds it is changed to welcome, right? So what is happening, let me see that deep carefully, let me see it. So you can see console.log1, it is going to be the first rendering. Once you have started the component, when you are going to render, it is going to be the first render. And here you can see console.log2 is the once the constructor is rendered, it is the initial state that it is going to render. So now if I save it, you can see we are getting load 1 and 2 is rendered. Now this component did mount method is automatically invoked once this render method is completed. Okay, once it is completed, this did mount method is going to execute. And once it is executed, it is going to wait for 3 seconds, and I'm going to update the state. What I'm doing here, well, I'm updating the state. I'm setting the state. Okay, I'm setting the state. So if you want to see the state, you can see right now it is empty, right? So I just going to ask console log. Okay, what is the dot state dot, what is vap, state dot vap. Okay, now if I clear it out and if I save it, you can see initially 1 2 an empty state, and a new state will be set. And right now you can see again the render method is executing, then state is get changed. So initial stage, ending stage. Okay, so now it is getting changed. So what is happening once the new state is set? Well, when someone has changed the state entirely, okay, when someone changed the state entirely, if it is changed means, then what happens means React will, it's going to render it. So simply the execution step is going to be very simple. First, the constructor method will render, and it is going to render what are the component that it want to return. It is going to return it. Once it is completed, then it will move on to the component did mount. And once component did mount is going to, what it is going to do, it is going to change the state. So once the state is get changed, again the render method re-renders the component, because right now it need to change that component, right? Because it is an empty, but right now it have something. So it is need to change the component, then it is going to change those things. Okay, so that's what is going to happen. And here if I put control of 3, you can see the difference. Okay, able to see the difference. So what, how it will be executes means, first it will comes 1 2 3 again 2. You can see 1 2, it is say the empty string, like the empty array, and it is going to be 3 2, and again it is going to execute. right? So this is how the read entering works. And right now, if you want to work with an API, so how can we work with an API? Well, let me see that. For that, we need an API, right? Let us go for an API, and we will get an API. Okay, just go here. Ask for fake store API. So here it will produce some of the fake. You can see the store API will be there, and I just go for the documentation. You can see we have an API. So I'm just going to copy this API. It is going to have some API. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to like doing the asynchronous process, and I'm going to fetch everything. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to simply say okay this particular API. Okay, and here I just say dot then. Okay, and what I want to do is whatever that is coming here. Okay, I just want to say rest.json. I just want to pass it down. I think hope you know about how to fetch the data, extract the data from an API, because we already covered it here in the previous batch of JavaScript class. It is JavaScript. That's what we are doing here. And here it is going to get the data. And here what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the set state. Okay. I'm going to use the set state, this dot set state. And that set state is going to be VPs equal to I'm going to set the state as data. Okay. So what I'm going to do, we're going to have a data, and this data is going to be an array of things that we're going to set. So now if I just remove this one, let me see we are getting any errors or not. If we don't get any error, then that is fine. Yeah, we don't get any error, we are getting welcome. So now what I want to do, now I need to see whether my state is set or not, right? So I am going to say, you can see the new state, that is an array that contains 20 objects. Okay, so that is the new state that we are having. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, instead of asking welcome, so now here I can ask for, I can create a list rendering, and we can loop through this one, and we can work with that one. So how can we do it? I'm just going to open it here, and I can say this dot state dot VAPs, right? State dot VAPs dot map. Okay, and here this map method, it is going to take VAP, and I just going to say this is store name. So I just going to say store. Okay, it is a product name, so that's why I just going to say product, and here I just say return. Here we can add it in the console.log. Show me what is stored, like this. And now if I save it, you can see we fetched out everything, and we are getting each and every store, right? What we can do, we can send this data as a prop. Okay, so it is a state, and we are getting a particular thing from the state, and we are sending that prop. We are converting that as a prop, and we are sending that to and another component. So how can we do it? We will create a separate component. Okay, so I'm just going to say product.jsx. Here import React from the from okay, and now I just going to create class product. This is an extend from a component. Okay, this is an extend from a component, and here I just going to say render, and I just want to return. Okay, and here I just going to say h1 and h1 tag. Okay, we will get the prop here, prop. Let us ask for console.log. Don't want to pass it here. I just ask for this dot props. Okay, that's it. And here we can pass it here. So what is the component that I want to return? So the return is going to be the product component. I think we haven't exported that one. Let me export that one. Export default product. Okay, product. Okay, save it, and here we need to import it. Okay, so here I'm just going to import that one. Import product from product. Okay, now we are getting loading, and once it is done, it is going to display nothing because we haven't paused anything. But if I ask for here, if I said hi, hey, then it will be displayed here for 20 times. Why? Because that product is going to return for 20 times because the length of the array is going to be 20. That's what it is. So now what I'm going to do here inside this, I just going to pause the store. So for passing the store, what I want to do first, we need to pass a key. Remember that key is important. So to avoid error, I just going to say store dot id. Every object has an id, so that is what going to be that I want to pass. And the next one is going to be I just going to say product, and this is going to be in there thing. Okay, I just want to pause it. And now if I save it, and here if I ask it in the console what is product, you can see each and every time we are getting a first product, second product, third product. Each and every props is getting a unique data. So now what I'm going to do here I just going to say, okay, create an h1 and ask for this dot prop dot what we need the title of the product. Okay, so I just ask for the title to display it in my browser instead of hi. Now if I render it, okay, clear, we are getting an error. So it is telling that appears on a child. Okay, let me check what we are having. So it is going to be this, sorry, product. Now we are getting each and every product. You can see here, right? So this is what we are getting. So that is fine, so we get everything. So now what I want to do, well, I want to like I just want to do some good code to, and then we can start to style all other things. So what is the good code is, you can see how much repetition that we are having. I just going to create on vap equal to this dot state dot vap. Okay, so here I can remove this one. I just going to say vap like this. Okay, and remove this one, and again I can say vap, and same like this, it is saved, loading, and suddenly it is updating and it is giving me, you can see a delay is here, right? If you, why this is because the component it mount is going to be execute once it is rendering is completed. Okay, so a minor delay will be there because it is an asynchronous process and we need to fetch, it is an asynchronous process and we need to fetch this entire store data, and we need to come up with data, right? For that, and minute delay will be there. Okay, so that's the one thing. Okay, so that is the one thing that we need to do it here. Okay, okay, so the next one what we're going to see, like we're going to discuss about how to, like what are the data that we want to render. We're just going to render it here, and then we're going to update it there. Okay, let me see how can we do that one. Okay, so for that, uh let I close this one. Okay, okay, so Yeah. So what I'm going to do is inside this product. So we're going to create a div and we're going to come up with that. Okay. So let me add this one. So instead of fetch one, we will add a div. Okay. And here instead of this one, let me see we have any images inside it here. We have title, image, price, and then category is there. So let me fetch everything from this outside here. I just say products, right? And here on, and here what are the things that I want is I want image, I want category, I want the price, and I want title. Okay? And these things that I want, and here in this I just going to mention title. Okay, and I just going to have an image tag that is going to close and data. And here I just going to mention SRC, and here I just going to say email. Okay, and then an ALT tag, and let me say this is going to be product image, product info, like this. Okay, that is done. Let us add a paragraph tag. That we're going to add a category and an HO tag with price. That's it. Let me save this one, and now you can see we rendered the API successfully. And if you refresh it for some time, you can see the loading will come, and after a certain flip, once it is rendered, it is going to. So instead of writing loading, simply you can create a GIF image, or you can do JavaScript animation to create a loading animation. Okay, and then you can able to add it here like this. Okay, so like this you can add it, and it will be executed. So now if I want to style it, how can we style it? Well, simple. Let's give a class name here. Okay, I just going to give class name as Scott. And now let's go for app.css. We have app.css here. Let us go for that file and remove this one. Caught, right? Each and everything is a caught. And here each and everything is go and comes under a div. And this div is going to have a class is going to be caught container. Which here, let's go here. Caught container. Okay. And here I just going to say, first of all, let me the first thing that I want to say is got image, got image, and I just want to set height 120 pixels and the width 120 pixels. For small image, let me do it like this. Okay. So now the got container it is going to have a display property of flex. Okay, and then flex wrap is going to be wrap, and it is going to the got is going to be contained width of 50% of total. Okay, so now you can align each and everything properly. And now I just going to say content is going to be center. It comes center. And now here let me make the border 1 pixel seed margin of 2 pixels on all the both sides. It will give the neat layout. And let us give padding inside outside 10 pixels It will much more better. And let me make this one as 20. Now it will be fine, padding and everything. So now I just going to say dot cot, and you can see there are, you can see the title, something is bigger and someone is smaller, right? So I don't want like this. I just want a constant word. Okay, so like 15 words or like 15 characters. That's how I want. So for that, what we can do? Well, we can slice out it. How can we do it? Well, what I'm going to do? Let us go for our product, and here the title is here, right? So I just going to create const title. Okay, you can name it as pseudo title, whatever name that you want to do, you can do it. I just say title is a string, right? I just say substring. Okay, so I just going to slice down, and I say starting from 0 to the next 10 words. Okay, 10 caps. I just wanted. And now here I just going to rename the variable as small title. Now here I am getting only the 10 words of each and every title. You can able to see here, right? So that is what we are getting. And then let us go for app.css, and then I just going to say h1, and I just going to say font family. It is libre Pascal by, okay. And let's say Helvetica. Let me add this one font size like this. Okay. Then here inside the content also, just going to say everything aligned centered way. Okay, so now it is Pakka. So now you can able to see it is pretty good. And let me add some more styling. Just yeah, good. And then okay, so that's it. We have created the entire cart. It is, I think, yeah, it will be good in the full view also. So now what we can do, we can create a component that should be comes at the side now, and we can create a top now. Okay, so we can create a tab now, and we can add it here. So how can we do that one? Well, simple. Let us go here, and I just going to say inside this one, I just going to say now. Okay, so let me create a component. I just going to say const. Okay, so this component name, we can name it as now, and here I just say return a component that is going to have a div. Okay, and it is going to have a class name of now. Okay, so let us create a div for logo, a div for menu item, a div for, okay, and here I just mentioned as an image. Let me create an image tag. Okay, and it is going to be okay. So for adding image, let us go for slash. Okay, let me take some logo. Let us search for some logo image to display. Let me take Okay, let me take this one. Copy image address and I'm just going to save it here. Okay. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to have an dual multiply by 5. I think it is dual. And it is going to have an li, and that is going to have 4. And contact. And then we can say shop. And here I will say an email address. Okay. Or here you can add some social logos like Facebook, Insta, like that. You can add it. I just mention it as I just mention here like this. Okay, the web dev email address like this. Now I just going to what I'm going to do. I'm going to add this now. This now we're going to export it for default, and here in add.js we're going to import it before the list form only nav of it. Now if I ask for it, tag name provided, it is say like somewhere we have made a mistake. Okay, so where we are missing is not valid tag name provided static now. Okay, so I provided a class name as static now, so that is why it is we are not able to import it. So what I'm going to do is just going to say here now bar. Let's say come here, go for now bar. Ask for now bar. Okay, the tag name provided, what a valid name. Okay, I think where we have added this one. Let me check. Okay, so the error is occurred where we are getting this error. The error is occurred in the now. Okay, I think what is the file name that we have given? This one. Let me change the file name, rename to navbar.a like this. Yes, and now let us go here. Okay, okay, can't resolve the now. Okay, so now it is where it is coming. Yeah, yeah. So where we are getting, so here we are getting everything now. You can see the logo and everything. We are getting it here. Shop and the name is everything here. So now what we can do, this is all about the magic in CSS that we need to do. The nav is going to be the class name. So let us start with the nav dot nav. The first thing I want to do is for my logo dot nav image inside an image, right? And this is going to be height 120 pixels with 120 pixels. Not 120 pixels, we're going to further small it down. This is a medium. Okay, so I'm just going to say 16 and with the border radius of 50 pixels gives around say like this. Yeah, it is rounded. So now what I'm going to do, let us go for now. Let us add the display flex. Okay, and then I say dot now dot ul, and this is going to have a list style. It's going to be none. Okay, and we just going to mention the ul. I just say here mention it as display again flex. It will be flexed. Okay, and here we will mention content. It's going to be space between. Okay, and let us line item enter, and for that I just want to set the height equal to, let me set the height as, okay. Let us add the border bottom of 2 pixels solid black like this we are having. So I just going to mention it as 80. Okay, we are having this one. Let us have this now for a padding 20 pixel, 20 pixel, top, left, and right. Okay. So and then now I just minimize this to 40 height, and this cart is going to have container is going to have a margin top of 30 pixels to give some space like this. Okay. So now we are having it, and here we can set the width as 50% of the total width, and here I just going to say content not here now ul like here you can add a margin left 20 pixel of each and every element. And I think we will view this one. So only this one I need to flex it out. Okay. So what I want to do here is not. So it is not moving because of, I think this is stretched to together. So that is why. Let me do one thing. Okay. So I think I made a mistake here. Yeah. Now it is moving 50, and that's it. We have done. And yeah, this is a simple e-commerce cart application. Okay, and further application that we can do, like just add an add cart to cart button, and if someone buys it, just add a raise or pay API. If someone clicks it, just go buy. That's it. You don't want to add any other thing. A simple e-commerce site. You can able to do whatever want you to just want to do that like that. So only thing is here we can able to see, here you can able to see this one, right? API. So this API is an external API. So in most common cases, those APIs will come from our backend developer. So the backend developer is develop an API for us, and he will give an API to us. And with the help of this API, we will create. Okay, and do whatever styling that you want. I just go with the minimalistic styling, but whatever you likes to do, you can do it. Okay, and create as much as, and what are the JavaScript interaction that you want to make, like for example this one, and you can create a light mode, dark mode. Someone clicks it, just want to change it, you can do that one, or do a lot of things also, you can do create that also. So yeah, that's for all about the class based components and everything. So we have created and we have done with that. Okay, so yeah, so that's for today. So actually we have completed the 4 days, so I plan to cover the function based concept also, but it is not, because we touched it means then we need to see a lot more things. So this is more than enough. We have that's why I go with class based component itself. And when it comes to function based component, the same concept will be that, but instead of having an application like using the life cycle method, you will use the component, right? Hooks, okay, to hooks to practice this one. Okay, so here we will use um, yeah, so here we will use what, we will use the an life cycle component, right? If I reload it, you can able to see loading and it will changing, right? So the life cycle component is just mounting it. So the component it mount, what it will do, it will mount the value to it, right? So that's what it will do. So that is what basically, instead of doing that one, we will use hooks. So the hooks just going to replace the life cycle method, and it is going to do the exactly same thing. And handling state is little bit easier compared to class based component. And most commonly we will work with the class based component for the trend purposes. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, let me share you the link for today. Okay, fill down, and if you have any doubt right now, you can ask me, and just give up. We'll give you the link. If you have any doubt right now, you can ask for me. Okay, so we will there for another 4 minutes, and we will ask for it. So let me yeah. Mm, yeah, you can see the link in the chat. Uh, Please take cook class. Yeah, definitely cook class will be there, and it may be the tomorrow's class, like the next week. You can stay update. I will share you a group link also, so stay up to date. So we will take cooks class, especially focus on cooks. We will take class also. Okay, don't worry about that. And yeah, both of them. Okay, you can fill the attendance form. So hooks will be there. Hooks we will see about. There are lots of hooks will be there. Mostly the use state hook and use effect hook is more than enough to create what we right now created. Okay, that's a basic hook. And we have so much of hook like context API will be there, and so much of other things will be there. Using those things that you can able to manage the state much more easier compared to any other things. Okay, we will discuss and we will conduct this is a regular live class, and regular live class will be there, and during that class it will be discussed. I will share you an WhatsApp group link also, so if you want to join, you can join it. And if you will get notified once the certificate is released, or you will get or if we, which event is happening in TWD, you will get notified. Okay, so I just going to, just a minute, I will give you an act. Yeah, yeah, you can see this. Can you make folder share resources like same pics, etc.? Yeah, that's I just forgot about that one. Like if you want to see, like if you want to refer some resources, okay. So what you can do is, you can ask it in the, first of all you can ask it in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so sir will provide a GitHub link that you can follow. Okay, so you can ask it in the group as soon as, like within a day you will get the resources and everything. And one more thing is, we have, there is a website called Tech. This is one of the oldest website, but here you can able to see everything. It is a blog website. It is created by some other like old website only. But here it is like a documentation purpose where we will get all the notes. You can just like React here, okay, and you can able to see beginners. Just click on this one, and you can able to see about Reacts. We in this blog, in this website, like in this is our website only, we have around 281 poster tag, like based on React we have 281 website will be there. You just want to scroll down here, and you can able to see starts from zero, right? You can able to see start zero, right? So just go and watch from this order. So like whatever the resources, whatever the nodes that you are expecting, everything here you can able to see. The modules, if you can able to see, these all are ES6 concept that what you want to learn. And here from October 1, like you can able to see this one, right? So here you can able to see beginner 1 to there are around 18 classes will be there. Okay, so all the close classes will be covered here, and whatever the things that we have done in React in the entire channel will be there, will be here. You can just have a look into here, you will get all the notes. But if you want to the file, sharing the file, just ask it in the group. Okay, you need the file, we will post it in the company's GitHub, and we will share it like a GitHub link. You can fork it and you can download it later. Okay, okay, so you can either follow this one. And the WhatsApp, the second is a WhatsApp group link. So you can join the WhatsApp group also, and you can ask whatever the resources that you want, and whatever the thing that you like to ask here, you can ask that. Okay. Here. Okay. So picture etc. for the same site you created today. See, that is coming from an API. Okay, so that is coming from an API. That is what not we created. So it is an API. It is freely available. You can search it in internet. Fake store API. You will get a link, API link. Okay, so just in that API, they will add all the images and everything will be there. We worked with the API one. Okay, so we don't taken picture from the internet. Only one picture we have taken. That is for logo. So that is from Unsplash. Okay, and these images is not we created, it is a different server. We are taken from an online API, and we just fetched all the data from the API, and we are created it. Okay, so look at the watch the video once again, you will come to know where the picture is coming from. Okay, Dhruv Sharma, that is what I'm saying. So the GitHub link we are not able to paste in the description link. Okay, so that is a company official link. Okay, so you can join the WhatsApp group and you can ask request that, and you will get a GitHub link. Okay, so because the GitHub link is an private link, and that will be shared only for the group members. Okay, only through the group only it will be shared, not on the YouTube. We are not able to paste the external links in the YouTube. That's what it is. If you want the link, join the group. You can able to see a WhatsApp group, right? Just join the WhatsApp group and ask for wanted today's React project link. Just ask for it, you will get it. You will get it within a day. Dhruv Sharma, we already have a link. Okay, so we already have a GitHub for all the students who are asking for notes, and who just wanted. We already have a GitHub link. You just ask it in the group, means you will get it, because those link is not handled by me. Okay, so I just want to send to the company who is managing the GitHub link. I just you ask it, means they will request me. Then I will send the Git folder to them, and they will just upload everything in their GitHub, and then they will share it to you. Okay, so that is how it will work. That is why I'm saying like it will not we will not able to add right now. It will not add it. So if you join the WhatsApp group and ask me, means so one of the managers will contact me, and I will send the file to them. Then you will get it. Okay, so that's what it is. That's the reason. Okay, yeah. Okay, okay, all. Thank you so much. And I think the next week also is going to be a React class that is taken by Nabitu sir. Just have a look into here. You will get more insight compared to this class. Okay, so because there are a lot of advanced concept will be taken in that class. Okay, have a look into that. See, thank you.